Well, joining us now is our correspondent, Hayde Fitzpatrick, who's just returned from Zimbabwe. Hayde, Mugabe gave a warm reception to the EU. Is that a good sign, a sign that he's willing to compromise now?
Well, that warm reception is certainly in stark contrast to his rhetoric at home. Just this weekend in Harare, he was lashing out at, as he put it, the bloody whites for meddling in Zimbabwe's affairs. Now, the state-run Herald newspaper reports today that Mugabe told a ZANU-PF Youth Congress this weekend in Harare that he's learned one thing from power sharing: avoid more of it. And so that should tell you something. It's also fueling the immense distrust and the suspicion of Mugabe amongst MDC supporters and the international community. They say Mugabe and his ZANU-PF have yet to fully implement that power-sharing agreement. And so while the West is telling Zimbabwe's new government to do that first, and as a reward, sanctions will be lifted, Mugabe and his ZANU-PF really want it the other way around.
Now, Hayde, tell us, what's the environment like in Zimbabwe at the moment? Is it a good environment for these talks? Are things any better than they were 6 months ago?
Well, it depends on how you look at it and who you speak to. On the surface, it does appear as though there is some sense of normality on the streets. Just in the capital, Harare, shelves are now fully stocked again. Shops have reopened their doors. You can see some small businesses are up and running, and that's mainly thanks to the dollarization of the economy and some investment, mainly from South Africa, the South African business community. There's also a saying I learned in Zimbabwe over the past few days that goes, "A half a loaf of bread is better than nothing." So many Zimbabweans are looking at it from that perspective. Politically speaking, though, some, especially inside the NDC, say they got less than half a loaf of bread in this power-sharing deal. And they do acknowledge that there have been some improvements economically in the past few months, but they say human rights abuses are continuing, and that has to be addressed. So Zimbabweans are still very divided on that question.
Thanks very much for that update and analysis. That was Hayde Fitzpatrick speaking there from Cape Town in South Africa.